Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing really good. I'm gonna just give it a few. I'm actually earlier than I do my lives. I just have a lot going on. So, but I'm here, right? So let me just get my Facebook running. Hello, hello. Hey everyone. Thanks for joining. And it's not gonna be a long live, I promise. It's gonna be pretty quick. And what's really cool is I can see my comments on my phone, which is even better than having to use my laptop. So yay. If the music in the background is too loud, please let me know. I will pull it back. But I wanted a little bit of a meditative, a stress reliever, since we're doing Yang Magic or Yang Energy. And if you haven't already, please go watch Cheyenne's Yang Live. It's fantastic. She gives you a little bit of where it initially came from. And she kind of gave you the roundabout of how the Yang Magic works or Yang Energy works. I am going to do the part 2 of it, which I'm going to work with Yin Energy and Yin Magic and how you can utilize it, where you can work with it, where it comes from, which is the Qi. And then we're going to do just a small meditation. It's not really a full meditation. It's more of a harmonizing. We're going to work on balancing. And it's, again, this is not going to be a long live. So it's something you can do every single day to recenter yourself, rebalance yourself, because when it comes to yin and yang magics or yin and yang energy, because that's what I'm going to go with it, is energy, because that's what it is you have to balance both to be able to get the balance within yourself, the balance within nature, to be able to take away blockages. And we're going to have chakra information coming to you too soon. I'm pretty sure Kelly's doing that, and she's going to work on taking away those blockages if you base it on a chakra balance. Now, here's something that you're going to notice with all of our lives when it comes to the energy. We all follow energy just a little bit different, or we look at it a little different, or we call it a little differently. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it, but I pull my stuff from Qigong. And if you know a little bit about Qigong, it's a harmonizing of the yin and yang, balancing of energy. There is no martial arts to it. It's just all fluent hand gestures, hand motions. It's the meditative mindset. There's a bunch of other stuff, which that's for another live. But I come from that line of, I found it quite interesting from a past life that I was always wondering why I was so fascinated with Asian culture. In a past life, I was part of that type of dynasty, which makes sense. I'm so fascinated with energy workings. I love to balance. I find everything I do with yin and yang. Every part of my magic is a yin and yang. So that's why if you notice my past ones, I literally will be like, I do it this way, but I also have this way. So a lot of people know I do work within the dark side of magic. I do work with black magic, dark magic. I use the red style. But at the same time, I believe in healing. I am a Reiki master now. I work within it. I harmonize other people in finding their own balance. I see what's wrong, ailments, more on the spiritual side, because that's what I feel better in. And I'm trying to take away from all the things that can be secluded mentally to turn that, or I should say, that does turn into a physical ailment also. That's where my Reiki side of it. So again, if you look, and then of course I work with herbs, and I'm working with Chinese medicine herbs and tea bases. That's why a lot of my teas are not just intuitive based, but they're there to help take away blockages. It is an energy type of tea working. So I literally work on both sides of the spectrum. So I feel very comfortable being able to give you this information as far as the yang energy or the the yin aspect of things, okay? Perfect. So, hey everyone, that's popping on. And please feel free to comment throughout. Ooh, Morgan, yay! Another Reiki master. Kathy's a Reiki master too. She just needs to get on it a little bit more. I feel that'd be best. Kathy, we took the same classes. But okay, so again, I highly recommend you checking out Cheyenne's live before actually getting too involved into this one, okay? Because I'm not gonna go through Yang. I might reference it here or there, but Yang, that was her. That was all on her. And you're gonna notice too that a lot of people will fall mostly on one side of the spectrum. They either pull extremely naturally to one energy, whether it's a Yang energy or a Yin energy. Now, if you remember, the Yang energy is very masculine. It's very sun-based. It's very fiery, okay? Yin energy is the polar opposite, okay? We base everything off of the moon. We're a feminine style of working, okay? Which is funny because if you go to the Chinese zodiac and you find out what your Chinese zodiac is, and then you find out if you're a Yang energy or a Yin energy, it'll kind of give you an idea of you were born one way. I was born Yin, which is hilarious because yes, I'm very feminine in a lot of things that I do, but I cannot stand the moon. The moon and I do not do well together. I am actually a sun child through and through, and I have a very masculine type of personality. But at the same time, I'm extremely intuitive, which is where Yin comes into it. I'm very creative. I'm very passionate about getting people to open up, and I'm a people person, but at the same time, I like to take charge. I like to be, you know, the one that's kind of leading the troops. I'm the one who's trying to make those plans to go into battle. I'm both, okay? But that's because I've harmonized myself over the many years that I've been working with all this, okay? So keep that in mind. So, and I think I do have it. So if you know what your Chinese zodiac, which I'm not going to go through what everyone be, but it's based off of what year you were born. So if you were born in born through the ox, rabbit, snake, goat, rooster, or pig, you're a Yin energy by birth. If you are a rat, tiger, dragon, horse, monkey, or dog, you were born in the year of the Yang energy. So right now, as of 2024, we are, Chinese-wise, in the year of the dragon. So the year itself is a Yang energy base. So if you fall into the Yin, you might be struggling a little bit more through this 2024. Come 2025, we move into the next, which I can't remember, I think it's the snake. But either way, it's next year is a Yin energy year, which those that are born in the Yins are they're gonna be very comfortable next year. So it's gonna help us Yins out, where the Yangs right now are doing a lot better in the Yang. Does that make sense? But we're gonna go into a little bit more. So yeah, so look into that. Just a little something, a little fun little tip for you guys to look into, and then drop it in after you go look and see what you are. Drop it in the comments. I'm very curious to see what everyone is. I'm a Yin energy. I was born as a Yin. So I do hone a lot to that, the darker colors. I do hone into that intuitive side of things. I like the dark spaces, I like the quiet kind of lifestyle. But again, at the same time, I like the polar opposite, which is my Yang. So that's my balance. Anyways, how to be able to tell that your Yin is not lining up the way it should is depression. Depression's a huge one, okay? So if you're going through depression, then you know your Yin is off, okay? So you might have too much Yang then if you're in that depression side of things, okay? What else? Your ability to concentrate is another type of physical/mental type of deficiency. Lack of motivation, and even having a really bad time trying to get into your intuitive side, okay? And as a practitioner of the arts, you kind of need the yin. It really does help be able to connect into your intuitive. So connecting to spirit, connecting to the deities, connecting to Gaia, connecting to Mother Earth, however, which way you depict, whether you're Italian folk, whether you're dramatic, whether you're Norse, whether you're Celtic, whether you're whichever type of practice you focus in, the yin will help you develop this. Okay, so if you're having those issues like lack of mindset, not being able to focus very well, just being depressed, feeling you can't just get back into it, feeling really like lost in your practice, things like that, your yin is off. Okay, so you have to try and find a way to balance it. And I'm going to tell you some different things that you can just do it on a daily basis to try and help, some things that are maybe more long term. And I will say this now because I don't want to forget, definitely work on meditation. And I know it's really hard for a lot of people. I know. I promise. I was there. I'm still there some days. And breathing exercises. Okay? That's not something we're going to completely focus on too much today, because I'm going to save that for another live where we're going to actually do workings together. Okay? So anyone that after you're done watching the yang and the yin lives and you feel, hey, I want to dive a little further with the energy workings, we're going to keep going with that, okay? But I want to make sure that the people that are ready for it are there to really do it, because I want to do those kind of lives. Those would be a lot of fun. And I really feel that just like Reiki, and I am physically with my my client, I want to be able to help you guys out even through a distance Reiki. So we're going to work on things like that. But again, we're working on Qi and Qigong, and we're going to do a lot of stuff. So those are for just down the road. Just kind of give you guys... Thanks, Giselle. Nope, you're good. So just little things to think about that we're going to be looking forward to. Lexi says, this topic is so interesting. Also, I'm a horse in the Chinese zodiac. I don't know much about it though, but I'm definitely not a sun child. I'm the same. If anyone actually knows me, like in person, you'll know what I do for a living, how I live my household. People perceive me as, it is one thing. How I am in my practice is also another thing. And how I have to focus myself to be able to work within my practice and be able to be as amazing that I am. That's how confident I am. And that's how I want everyone else to be that confident. That's why we do all these lives. I want you to be as confident as I am. I know I'm powerful. I know I'm a badass. I know I can do a lot of stuff that a lot of people feel that they can't do. That's what makes you harmonize. That's what brings your balance to like full focus. And that's what I want to work on. Okay? Okay. So, let's see, where to leave off? So we talked about being deficient, and I told you all different types of signs that, being deficient, all that. Keep in mind though, there's so many different other types of deficiencies, and it all is just a lack of motivation, just not feeling there, just defeated, that horrible defeated feeling you're gonna get. And we want to stay away from that, because that's how we know we're not balanced well. And if you have too much yang or too much yin, you are going to give it to others, as in people are going to see, like if you have too much yang, you're very aggressive towards other people. If you have too much yin, you're crying all the time. You're so emotional. If you have not enough yin sometimes, though, that's where the depression comes into play. So you see, you can have too much of or too little of, and you just got to figure that range of, how do I balance myself? Okay, where am I the most happy kind of thing? Do you try to incorporate feng shui into your home? Yes, ma'am, I sure do. Yes. With my house being remodeling right now, my husband and I are working on creating that feng shui where our bed is. We don't have our bed right by where the door is. It does not face the door. Our beds do not face, the feet of our bed or our feet do not face the door or the windows. I have very specific crystals placed within my house. Protectant stones that have to be placed in certain areas to be able to bring that harmonizing of that feng shui into it. So I 100%, yes, I follow the feng shui rule, which my office is the polar opposite at the moment, because we're going to be putting up new walls down in my office. So it's just kind of a cluttered, so that way I can work. But my upstairs, yes, from the color combination that I have throughout my house, from the picture setups that I have in my house, from where my crystals are located, yes, I do follow the feng shui. From sand that I have to Buddha that is also located in 2 different areas of my house, yes, I do. I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And it makes me feel better because I walk in my house and I feel amazing no matter what kind of day I had on the outside. So yeah, for sure. All right, so other ways also, so I don't forget that you can tell that you're unbalanced in some way. So you're feeling indifferent. Like I said, you're feeling very sensitive. You could be feeling very anxious. Self-neglecting, which is a huge thing, which a lot of people always say, hey, Rove, you need more self-care. Yes. And that's when I know that I need to bring self-care back into me. So I know sometimes I lack my yin and I'm very different on it. If you're too reactive to things, you're always up for a fight kind of thing. And a lot of people are like, well, wouldn't that be yang because yang's very masculine? Yes, but being too reactive means that I can go from being completely sad and depressed to now I want to take someone's head off. That's where that reactive is. So that's that, like, and I hate to say medical terms, they're crazy, but like kind of like being a bipolar thing. You're just too fluctuating. Okay, it's an emotion-based type of energy. If you're too calm, and those that are too calm know that that's a scary thing to be too calm, because then you just don't care at that point. That's all I can think of. So, to know that you're balanced, though, is if that you live in the calm of everything will work out and everything will be as it should be. That's a different type of calm. When you're extremely intuitive about everything, so you're picking up on signals, you're speaking to spirit well, those headaches aren't coming around when you're working with energy. When you're extremely creative, like I could show you a couple of paintings I've been working on. I've been very in the creative mood. Sarah Lee actually said that my paintings are very intuitive, and it is. It's what I see. It's what I see for a second, and I just let my hands work. I'm one of those kind of painters. The dragon's eye painting that I did is the same. The 2 trees, the one with blood, the other still in the fall season. And then another way to know that you're balanced well is when you're very supportive to other people. So when you feel very giving and very harmonized, when even if someone, doesn't open a door for you, you still open the door up for someone else behind you. When you're very supportive, when you're supportive to other practitioners, even if they try and gatekeep you and tell you that you're wrong, even though there is no wrong answer and there's no right answer, it's your answer. Let me just catch up. Oh, thank you. Oh, Miss Wood. Listen, there are some days I am extremely off balance, and it's just how I wake up, or if it's the badness that, I deal with at work, I kind of pull that toxic energy with me, and it's got to find that harmonizing. Yes, definitely. We have to work, and we're going to do a small little exercise at the very end of it, and we're going to work on it, okay? Yeah. Morgan, I feel like you and I are kind of the same then, because we do a lot of things that are very similar. One with yourself. Yes, Giselle, I love that. One with yourself. Very. Ooh, I'm going to use that. I hope you don't mind. I like that. Okay, so the biggest thing is, and I'm quoting this from a book. It's not mine. But balance is not about being in the middle. It's about bracing both sides of ourselves. That also goes one-on-one with magic. So I want you guys to think of the yin and yang sign, which, let me turn a little bit. Don't mind my office, it's still crazy. But I want to show you. So, can I zoom into this? Yes, I can. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea, the yin and yang sign over here, okay? So we already know that the white side here is yang, right? The black side is yin. But one thing a lot of people forget about, the little circles on the inside, okay? The white circle is actually a seed of essence. So it's the seed of yang, which is the white. It's your essence within the yin. okay, to find that harmonizing balance. So then, of course, naturally, the darker circle is the seat of yin. Wait, did I say wrong? Hold on. Seat of yin is the black, the seat of yang is the white. But the whole reason that you actually have one within the aspect of the other. So let's look at, the dark side of things. So we're focusing on a lot of the yin side. Why do we have the yang seed inside of our yin? It finds a happy balance, okay? It helps it flow, it helps it move. It literally grows a new kind of perspective of well-being, essence, life force, okay? Within the opposite of what it is. Because you can't have one without the other. And we say that all the time when we, work with our magic. You can't have light without the dark. You can't have dark without the light, right? So let me zoom this out, turn you back to me, and keep moving along, okay? So another little key cool fact about yin and yang, which I want you to keep in mind when we work with later, is the hands. So the left hand is yin. The right hand is yang. So when we work with energy and you want to try and fluctuate, depending on which hand you use, okay? And this works a lot with mantras also. Not mantras, not the phrases, the mantras, the hand gestures, okay? The symbols, the signs, okay? A lot of them like this is a yin and yang sign for it. It's intertwined like the yin and yang. You see the spots on the inside. Those are the seeds. The openness is flowing of the energy itself. So this is a yin and yang. So this is a harmonizing between the two. So this is one of the things that, we might use a little bit later, or something you can use to try and just meditate with. Two fingers intertwined in beside each other. Turn it out. One goes up, one goes down, like yin and yang. And it's a harmonized. You can keep it at the stomach, down here, because this is where your chi actually sits anyways. Or you can have it over your heart chakra, which is totally fine to also. Either way, it works amazing. Mantras, yes, mantras. Mantras are the words and the phrases. Mantras are the hands. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so to help balance, you can have your mantra in the chi area or the heart chakra. Either way, it helps you kind of rebalance, circulate, okay? You want it to really start at the root. It's always the best to start at the root and work your way up. If you're working with chakras, when you work with Qigong, you do work with all aspects also, but they just call them something different, and it's usually in three different words. But again, something we'll look for another day. Ooh, I got a deck of cards too like that. I think mine are over there though. I got mantra cards over there too. I bought them off Temu for fun. I wanted to see how close they were to what I was taught. Okay, so other facts and information. So like I said earlier, that yin is run by the moon, okay? Just like yang is by the sun, this is run by the moon. It's governed by the nervous system. It's ruled by the right hemisphere of the brain, so your nervous system. It's all about the creative aspects, the arts that you kind of work with. The color is black, which obviously the yin yang symbol. It's also run by metal. It's also run by coins. So offerings, hint, hint. Water, element-based, is very water-based, where yang is fire and wood, if I'm not mistaken. This is water and the cold. So, which is funny because my name is Crystal. It actually means ice. Ice is cold. You can look at it as a crystal, as in like, crystals, or you can look at it as an ice. Which is just funny because my mother, when she picked that name for me, I was like, oh, kind of cool, neat. Empaths are more pulled to the yin side of things. The season is winter, which is hilarious because right now I'm in the season of the winter. Okay, so different things to help stabilize your yin side of things. Breathing exercises, writing, relaxing, watching a TV show that you want to, that's not aggressive, not action filled, but, you know, kind of a comedy or a romance, things like that. Find ways to relax. Healing guides, going outside into nature, touching water, being in the water, taking time to reconnect yourself to your practice is another one. Trying to think. Take time off. Take time off. Seriously. I'm a worker. I work way too much, way too many hours. I need to pull myself back sometimes. So taking that time and going, okay, let me just focus on me. Let me take a day off and do nothing. Read a book. That's my relaxed time. Taking time off. Sometimes you need it. At my job, we call it mental health days. Great things. Okay, so little extra thing. So now if you are a worker of chi, and I mean like whether it's the Chinese or whether it's Japanese style or prana, any type of energy based, I call it chi as in qi, chi like qigong. I do sometimes work in the other prana. I don't really call it prana very often, but mostly chi. Everything's chi based. Where was I going with that? Oh, so if you're a worker of chi and qigong and things like that, you focus on a lot of healing and a lot of cultivation. Cultivation is where a lot of people try and get that idea of immortality. So if you watch a lot of Buddhist monks, Buddhist priests, Buddhist masters, they feel that they're going to be able to harmonize their life to the point of keep toxic things out of, you know, their food intake. They drink fresh water right off the streams, meditation for a long period of hours, being one with nature, speaking with nature, to have that longevity in life or that form of immortality. Okay, something to look into if you so choose. When you look into chi cultivation, there are belief systems that believe that after some amount of time, you can achieve immortality and be up into the heavens. Now, not Christianity heavens. I'm focusing more on Asian style of belief system with their heavens and the gods that are up there, and being able to take that immortality and become immortal up into the heavens, or they have an immortality on earth or in their spirit realm, which is another form of too, which that one I find like more fascinating because I don't understand it as well as I do their heavens or their immortality in life. But it is all about a flow. Like I said, mudras, which is all about hand gestures or hand signs, or also known as seals. This is a seal, okay? This is, you know, whether I flex my fingers or keep them pointed out, changes the flow of my energy, which again, I know Sarah Lee did a live on mudras, so check that out too. Maybe something we can utilize a little bit later too. Qigong is fantastic. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. There's tons of videos on it too on YouTube. You can pop it, or they have audio ones that you can listen to, which is fantastic. I was just getting caught up, guys, I promise. So again, the mudras are all about empowering. It intensifies your energy, or certain hand signals, or I'm sorry, I don't call them seals because it's hard calling hand signals, but certain seals are meant to empower you. They're meant to be a form of a talisman. They can be so many different things, and they have yin style yoga, which has their own mudras. So look into that too, because yoga is a huge thing when it comes to yin and yang energies. Okay. Let's see where. Any questions so far? Anything? Okay, so when you have yin and yang completely, okay, and you put them together, it's not yin and yang, it's yin yang. which is also known as vital energy or vital essence or life force, depending on how you want to deem it, okay? It is the chi, but you have to have yin and yang together to be able to develop your chi or prana, okay? So keep that in mind. A lot of people try and do a lot of energy magic where they try to utilize, see if I can work with it. And there's a lot of things you can work on too. As you can see, when you work with your hands a lot, you want to get the flow of energy moving by doing little things like this to stimulate them before you actually do anything, which is what I do every day, or not every day, but every time I have a client and I have to work with Reiki, I stimulate my hands because that's where my energy flow is coming from, right? Or I should say it's going to be moving from, or moving to, depending on how you want to look at it. But there's a lot of things when you work with this and you work with the balls, you have your hands fluctuating this way, open, close. It's gonna depend on your own energy, okay? And then you'll be able to feel the energy balls inside, okay? But this is an energy. This is 100%, you know, where you have to get it. But to be able to feel anything in between the two, okay, is you have to have the yin and the yang working together. Okay, so that's where we're gonna figure out why we might have some blockages, or we're just gonna be like, hey, I probably have some blockages, so let's see if I can unblock it little by little. Okay. All right. Let's see, what did I forget? Ooh, so when it comes to energy, and if you ever look into, you know, the science as in space, the cosmos, different dark matters, aka dark matter energy, other universe, everything is made up of energy. So to be able to manipulate energy isn't mean you're creating the energy. It means that you can take it from anywhere you want and be able to utilize it. Trees are fantastic for it. The wind is one of my favorite ones to utilize energy from. I try and stay away from using my own energy anymore because I realize that after I use my own energy, I'm depleted. And I can't stand being depleted because I'm just worn out for a couple days after whatever I do. So I've learned over months, years, to pull it from somewhere, utilize it. But I'm taking small amounts. I'm not trying to drain any other life force around me. I'm just trying to use it to my best advantage. Trying to think. If you are not able to balance yourself, you can do a few things that other people can help you. So one, Reiki masters are fantastic. Honestly, they're fantastic. They can unblock so much stuff, okay? Just do your research on your person. If you have an apprentice, like I'm an apprentice at my friend Shannon's shop, which is local to me, she lets me work as an apprentice. So I work under another lady and she's fantastic. And this stuff she has, but we're different. She loves dealing on the physical, mundane lifestyle of like her knee or someone's knees hurting, back pain. I work a lot on the spiritual side of things of what's blocking. So I work a lot with your chakras, but I work a lot with, okay, why is your hand hurting? Or why does your back hurt? Okay, what are you holding on to that you're carrying too much of? And I work like that. And I try to unblock it like that and help you feel better. So that way when you go do more practice work, you have that energy flow ready to go. And that's the best, right? Reiki masters are great. You have yin yoga masters, or just yoga masters when they work as a spiritualist. Not just any yoga will do. It has to be, we call them yin yogas, but anyone that works as a practitioner or in a spiritual side of things. Yep. There are other cultivators that work in Qi. So Qigong, Tai Chi is fantastic also if you want just a little bit of martial arts incorporated. Any type of, honestly, physical, energy-based, even Kung Fu is fantastic to help too. They'll teach you how to do all of that. But cultivators of Qi is really what you want to look for. Qigong, is the biggest one. I can highly recommend Qigong. It's fantastic because you work on breathing, meditation, and the flow of your Qi. Sorry, I got people calling in and stuff as I'm doing my live. All right. Any questions thus far? Anything? No? Maybe a live on pulling energy from other things to not, ooh, yes. That's actually a great idea. And I've actually kind of been thinking about it. I just want to see how many people are really interested in something like that. But definitely, I want to do a lot more working types of energies, so for sure. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to stand up. My camera's going to stay here. You're going to see me over here. Okay? And I want you all to stand up with me if you can, or later on. And I want you to manipulate, or not manipulate, I'm sorry. I want you to mimic what I do. And the whole time I want you to listen to the music. I want you to breathe. I want you to quiet your mind. I want your eyes closed. After you figure out what I'm doing, because I'm going to do the same thing over and over again. I'm not changing anything. I could definitely recommend Morgan a lot of Qigong videos, some Qigong books as well. Yeah, okay. So I'll definitely plan for that type of live. Maybe I can get Gina to work with me on that one too. Gina's fantastic with energy as well as Cheyenne. Actually, anyone. All of our girls are fantastic. Anyone that works with an energy is fantastic. So I can't say shit. Okay, but is everyone ready? So I'm going to turn the music on. You're still going to hear me. I'll talk just a little loud. But the only thing I'm going to say is breathe in and breathe out. After a while, I'll stop saying it, but keep doing it. I want you to mimic what I do. Okay? I'm going to take my hoodie off too, so make sense. See? Alright. Alright, so when I bring my hands up, I want you to inhale. When I bring my hands down, I want you to exhale, okay? I want you to visualize that your left hand is yin energy, your right hand is yang energy, okay? Is everyone with me so far? When I bring my hands up, inhale. When I bring my hands down, exhale, okay? Now, I'm gonna start off like this, okay? It's gonna come up, and it's gonna go down together. Then the bottom one's gonna flip, and I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna go down. My yin is staying intact, up and down, this way, okay? It's just moving the flow. This is the one who's gathering and taking away, gathering and taking away, okay? Because this is yin energy live. So we're going to keep with our yin, let yang help us, okay? Everyone good so far? Again, do this when you guys can. Don't worry, okay? Just want you to kind of do it with me. It's something fun. Good? All right. Okay. there's another way you can do it too. So instead of open, we're gonna go just watch. Feet apart a little. Deep breath. All right. What do you think? And you can go as slow as you want, as fast as you want. It really doesn't matter. I kind of go with the flow of whatever my mind tells me as far as how I do it. Now, you can always sit there. Remember, okay, interlock the thumb and the pointer finger together. One goes up, left goes up, yang goes down, like this. This is where your chi sits, right here in the stomach area, or you can have it over the heart chakra, whichever you like. Sit, and you can sit cross, you can sit in a chair, whichever, or you can stand. And when you're working on it, this is where you're gonna balance, okay? And you want your fingers to be not curved in, you want it open. Because you want energy to come in, energy to come in from the top, okay? If you curve them in, it just circles the same stagnant energy, but you don't want that. You want fresh energy, okay? So it's just this. That's all it is. In and in. 2 X. This is a yin yang mantra. I'm sorry, mantra. I keep saying mantra today. Why? Okay? And that's all that is. Oh, let me sit down so you're ready. So don't kill my back. Whee! Okay, where I'm at. See? Qigong's amazing. And YouTube has tons of videos that can help too. Yay! I love it. I'm glad it was very calming. It's something I kind of do a little bit every day, even if it's nighttime or in the morning before work. And it calms me down as well. It's soothing. I kind of like zen myself, like, okay, I can do this today. Or I got through it today. Whichever way you want to look at it. In my tribe, when I was younger, they would do rituals similar to energy flow, but it was a child in the middle and 3 elders around them doing the energy flow with their hands toward the child. Ooh, that's fascinating. I like that. Perfect. All right, so Angel. So this was just kind of give you a little bit of an idea what yin energy was, or yin magic, and you can utilize it in your magic as well. Whether you're working with the moon or the sun, harness which type of energy. Remember, if you're working with yin, you want the left hand to use what you want. If you're working with yang energy, using the right hand works a lot more efficient. Just kind of a little extra, because those are the flow of the hand. The yin comes more from the left, the yang comes from the right. Oh, I completely understand. No worries, Christy. But I just want to give you guys like a little bit of exercise tip to kind of work on harmonizing and balancing. And when you're doing it, think of, you know, again, your left and yin, right, yang. And we'll work on our energy balls and stuff like that and be able to harness and feel the energy. But when you do it, you should feel warmer between your hands too, especially when you block out everything else around you. Like right now, my kids aren't home yet, even though I gotta go pick up one kid for his appointment here. So I'm gonna hop off like in a minute. To quiet time, restfulness, just being able to just kind of find your safe space or your sacred space. You're doing your workings and things like that. This type of music is fantastic too, and all it is Zen music on YouTube. I absolutely love it. Oh, perfect, Angel. I love that. And energy depletion is a huge thing, and utilize it, because we use energy in our workings. People sometimes don't realize it. A lot of practitioners don't. You know, they say, yeah, energy, but you have to work on your energy to be able to use your energy. You know what I mean? This is a little bit of a key aspect on it. So again, if you haven't utilized Cheyenne's live on Yang Magick, please do it. She did a fantastic job. She's got to give you a little bit of a history on it too. And then of course she went into what Yang Magick is. This is for yin with a little bit of chi information and how to harness with a little bit of mantras, and an exercise to kind of help balance both, okay? And there's a couple other things I'm going to throw on here a little bit later. Probably when I'm at my son's appointment, waiting for him to go through his speech appointment. I'll throw a couple things to help you guys out too, on balancing the yin and yang, okay? Oh, it was my pleasure. I'm glad you guys were able to hop on. I had a lot of you guys today. I didn't think anyone was going to be able to hop on because it was a lot earlier than I'm used to. So I'm really happy. So thank you guys for joining me. And thank you everyone that hops on later on to watch this. Please drop any comments if you would like to see something else more energy related, or if you'd like me to go in more detail on something energy related. I will bring it to the other girls that are also working on energy lives, and we're going to bring you as much as we can, okay? Because energy is everything. And as much as I love the dark stuff, which everyone knows I do, and I love my herbs and stuff, healing is an essential thing to being a practitioner also, okay? And like I said, my past life, I lived within the dynasties of Asian culture, so it's everything. You know, I do feel I was a cultivator back then. It's probably why I have so much energy within myself. Energy empath, as people some call. So, okay, so I'm gonna hop on or hop off, guys. I'm gonna go take my son to his appointment. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And again, let me know if you guys want to see something else a little bit more in detail, or if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Okay. So I'll see you guys. I think next week I have another live, a dark live of energy. Working with darker energy. You see the themes right now for me? All of it. So this was the lighter side of things. This was the harmonizing. This was the healing energy. Next week is going to be working within the dark side of energy, being able to harness darker energies. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. I love you all. Blessed be and namaste.